Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Ellen Barrett. Thank you for joining us today. And now we're starting off the show today with our news partner, WIBIC. This is Andrea Hughes, and we've also got Sarah Alvarado, and she's with the Alvarado Real Estate Group. Thank you both for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we're talking real estate today.
Oh, yeah.
WIBIC's got a really great event coming up called the Intro to the Rental Property Business, and that's coming up in February here. Tell us a little bit about WIBIC and the event that's coming up.
Well, WIBIC is a nonprofit organization that helps people start small businesses.
Yeah.
And we've been around for about 30 years. We do have an office in Milwaukee. We have an office here in Madison and one in Kenosha. And then we do have representatives around the state. And we offer a lot of things. So if you just have an idea, you're thinking about a small business, you can come in and talk to us, one of our counselors, see which path you may need to go, if there are other resources, training. We also have funding. So if there's a loan that you need to kick off your small business, we can provide
Awesome.
that. And then there's educational courses. So we have everything from like QuickBooks to HR, you have employee issues. And then like the one you mentioned, sometimes we have industry specific ones.
Mm-hmm.
So this one this weekend is the introduction to the rental property business.
How incredible that you guys offer so much. It kind of blows my mind every single time. And what a great tool for people, because that's got to be such a big undertaking. And if people are watching this and thinking, I kind of want to learn more about real estate investing or get into it, how do you get started?
Well, like a lot of businesses, you got to
Yeah.
start planning, you know, and you've got to figure out what's right for you.
Right.
And you got to consider some capital.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you talk about buying a house, you do have to have a down payment. So that's one of the steps that you need to consider. Then you think about the business plan. You know, what kind of house do I want to get? How much is it going to cost me? And you need to develop a team. I mean, you should figure out, you know, if you're going to be using a property manager, you should figure out maybe you need to talk to somebody about the issues around the legal issues of real estate. And then you definitely have to find a good real estate agent.
Absolutely. And now, Sarah, you're an expert. This is what you do.
Yep.
And so let's talk about the rental property market right now and trends in Dane County. And what's the vacancy rate and how does that compare to the average and some of those details?
All of those things.
Yeah.
So Dane County is a pretty broad area. I'm going to focus a little bit more specifically to Madison.
Sure.
It's tight in terms of being able to find the right property, depending on what someone's looking for. But a lot of people are, especially when they're starting out, it's a great opportunity if one of their children are going to the UW. So a lot of campus properties are usually what the interest is, and so then condition becomes an issue. If you're looking at 2, 3, 4 units, to be able to find a property that is in really good condition and cash flows is not easy, but possible.
Right.
You just have to have, like she said, a plan in place and to be able to time it right. So vacancy rate is it's around 3%.
Okay.
When we're averaging it for our numbers, if you're like playing with numbers in terms of figuring out if it's going to work for you for cash flow, we usually use 5% just to be a little bit more conservative.
Sure. And is that something you should take into account if you're deciding to purchase a property, or are there some other factors
So
involved?
the 4 factors that I really like to focus on are knowing your numbers. So that's knowing the numbers of the property, what rents are going for, and also just knowing your own numbers in terms of what you can put down for a down payment. And then proximity is really important, where it's located, not just for the tenants, for you, if you're going to be going to do the work on the property. And condition is really important. And then what your personal risk is, what you're comfortable with, because not all properties cash flow right away, but it could be a really good investment down the line. So being able to understand that.
Absolutely. And where can people go for online resources? And let's go over those event details quickly before we go.
Well, there's a lot of great calculators out there.
Yeah.
And if you type in investment property, I know Sarah has some that you work with at their office. They'll come in and help you with that, where you can plug in the down payment, how much you're going to pay for your the cost of funds, what you think you might have for maintenance, and then she'll help you figure out if this property is right for you. And you can go online and find some of those too. This weekend, we're going to have, it's Saturday, we're going to have an attorney there. We're going to have Sarah's group's going to be there, and then we'll also have a mortgage lender there. So you kind of get all those factors, you know, Q&A, a nice panel to kind of get you started on the process.
Such a great opportunity. Thank you again with WIBIC for being with us today. We appreciate it, and Sarah as well.
Yeah,
Thank you.
And we'll be back with more Talk of the Town right after this. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. With me now, I've got Carrie Kane, and she is the director of the Gala for Shelter, and she's with Shelter from the Storm Ministries. Thank you so much for being with us
Thank
today.
you for having me today.
It's been a delight so far, and just getting to know you and everything that you do. And Shelter from the Storm is such a great organization.
Thank you.
I mean, really incredible stuff. And how would you describe Shelter from the Storm Ministries and what they do?
So Shelter from the Storm Ministries is an organization that walks beside women and children with that have faced some hard times.
Yeah.
They have found themselves in some certain situations and are homeless. So we walk beside them and help them. It could be a number of different reasons, and we can be a resource for them in many different ways.
So tell us a little bit about the new building that Shelter from the Storm purchased now in Sun Prairie, right?
Yes.
Brand new?
Brand new.
Wow.
Well, so brand new to us.
Sure.
About a year ago, a little over a year ago, it was purchased, and the building was existing, but after the purchase, it had to be renovated. So it was a long process to get that to the point where we are today, and we're
Right.
looking to open our doors sometime this spring.
Awesome. So some great things happening, it sounds like, for the organization. And there's an event coming up as well
There
that I'm super excited to talk about. A big fundraiser. It's on February 19th at Buck and Honey's. Tell me about this.
So it is our second annual gala for Shelter, and we're calling it Date Night with a Purpose. So you can bring your sweetheart if you have a date, or if you do not have a date, there'll be plenty of love to spread around. So don't feel like you have to have a date.
Yeah.
There'll be music, and we'll also have food. We will have a live auction, a silent auction, and basically informational session as well, so people can learn a little bit more about Shelter from the Storm Ministries and what we're all about.
Oh, that's awesome. And you've got a flyer as well. Do you want to hold that
I
up so they can
do.
see
I
the
do.
details?
So the exciting part of this evening is that we had a family step up to the plate. The Meester family, they live in Wanakee.
Sure.
They are doing matching funds up to $150,000. As of today, we are a little over $80,000 towards that challenge, and they have extended it through midnight,
Oh my goodness.
the night of the gala. So we're pretty excited. We're looking for 2 large donors, $75,000 if that's possible. I don't know, but I guess, God works in mysterious ways, and
Right.
so
Wow, how incredible. And, there's so many great organizations in our community, and I think the message of Shelter from the Storm just really speaks to people. And why would you say, this organization in particular is just such a great organization to get involved with, volunteer your time, or to give if you can?
thank you.
It's a big question.
It is a big question. Okay, so one of the things that the director, Cynthia Whitaker, she always brings it back to the community,
Yeah.
and how the community has become so involved. It's been a true blessing. Folks from all walks of life are coming, and they're helping, they're volunteering. Businesses have come around and just donated their time, in-kind donations. Their time is super valuable.
Oh, yeah.
And even kids. We had the Wanakee football team, the Sun Prairie football team. They came
Wow.
together, and they had a challenge to see who could knock down the most walls. And it was just really cool to see everybody getting involved and bringing 2 communities together. And so people from Madison, Middleton, Wanakee, all over are getting involved.
Perfect. And if somebody can't make it to the event, can they head to the website and find out more information or donate there?
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect.
The website is www.sftsm.org, and they can, right there on the site, they can purchase tickets for the upcoming gala, or they can contribute towards our building fund.
Awesome. And those upcoming event details one more time for folks?
The upcoming details are Buck and Honey's, February 19th, which is a Sunday, 6 to 9 p.m.
Wonderful. Such a great event. Thank you, Carrie, so much for being with us today.
Thank you,
I really
Ellen.
appreciate it. Be sure to check out Shelter from the Storm and that upcoming event. And we'll be back with more Talk of the Town right here on Wisconsin's 57 right after this. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. And we're talking about one of my favorite things now. If you know me at all, you know I love chocolate. And with me today, I have Richard Koenings. He's the founder of Red Elephant Chocolate. If you've been on State Street, you're going to recognize the red colors, the symbol. Thank you so much for being
And the red
us.
elephant.
Yeah, the red elephant, most of all, right?
Right.
Thank you so much for being with us today.
My pleasure.
And now, what are you guys doing special for Valentine's Day? It's coming up.
Right.
I'm sure chocolate's got to be huge for you guys.
It's the #1 time of the year for chocolate, and it's red, the color of love, and chocolate's the food of love, we think. And so we have heart-shaped chocolates. I mean, you put those all together, and that's Valentine's.
Absolutely.
Love feelings, love shape, love coloring, which is red, and then lovely flavors, which goes with it. And we have 4 principal flavors that our truffles come with. Red velvet, which is almost continuous. We have a champagne truffle that we use as champagne that we actually sell with our chocolates on our State Street Cafe, but we have a maraschino cherry flavor, and then we have lastly a strawberry flavor. And so those are our 4 principal Valentine's flavors in our heart truffles.
Oh, I love it. What a fun mix, too, if you get a gift and you get one of each, something new to try, maybe.
Well, and you know, we had to go through very difficult testing in order to taste and just get it right. I think there were some of us that were tasting more than necessary to give their opinion.
I was going to say, can I have that job? Where do I sign up?
We have a lot of volunteers.
I can imagine. Oh, my goodness. And is that what you guys are best known for, is those truffles?
Yeah, I would say because we have shapes and flavors that are seasonal. So
Sure.
there were different shapes and flavors for Christmas. Now we have for this. There will be others for Easter and Mother's Day and on like that. But the heart's the one for Valentine's.
Absolutely. And what a great place to stop in for a gift. Or if maybe you're out with your loved one on Valentine's Day or the week of, you can stop into the store.
You can have a little glass of wine along with your wonderful chocolates.
Oh, perfect. Sounds like a perfect day to me. And now, how are your chocolates made? How does the Red Elephant make
Well,
those?
we make them by hand, and that's unusual. There aren't any assembly lines or, conveyor belts that are doing this. Every one of them, and if you looked at like some of the truffles that we have there, you won't see, even though they're too similarly flavored, they're
Yeah.
not going to look the same because everyone is made by hand. And so the process of the truffle is by hand the colors, by hand pouring in the shell, by hand the ganache, the centerpiece, and by hand capping it off, and then you flip it upside down, which is how truffles are made. And so we do that probably 100 a batch, each of the flavors, and then we package them in the 4-piece box, which is the 4 truffles, but the 9-piece and the 20 and the 25-piece. Those have multiple flavors of the same, but in the 9 and 25-piece, we have a special chocolate in the center, and it's a gold rose. And it's a solid piece of chocolate from a rare strain of chocolate and cocoa from South America. It's kind of like the mother tree of chocolate, naturally
wow.
sweet, no sugars added to it. It's just pure delight as a piece of rare chocolate.
Oh my goodness. Is that one of your favorite pieces, or do you have a favorite piece of chocolate in the store?
My personal favorite is I like the solid dark chocolate. And so I gave you one of our little elephants.
Oh, yeah.
That's my go-to.
Right here.
That's my go-to piece in the afternoon is a solid piece of chocolate. The rare, what we call Theobroma, that centerpiece chocolate, that's not an everyday for me, but that
Sure.
little fellow is.
I love it. And now, other than truffles and bars, what other chocolate things do you guys sell?
Well, commonly along with truffles are caramels. And so we make our caramels, again, from scratch. The caramel is made in the cafe. We use only brown sugar. It's different than just the white granulated sugar.
Sure.
And so, but then those, the caramel is made and then it's solidified and then it's cut and then we dip it in our chocolate. So it's always our products and our chocolates, whether it's that elephant, a dark chocolate, or sea salt caramel dipped in that dark chocolate, or one of the truffles with a shell or a ganache with that dark chocolate.
And now, quick before we go here, if people want to swing by, where are you guys located on State
It's
Street?
119 State Street. That's the first block off the square, just around the corner from the Overture Center, who are good partners for us.
Wonderful. Again, Richard Koenings with the Red Elephant Chocolate. I think you're my hero today.
I'm glad.
I think that's
I'm
fair
glad.
to say. Thanks for being with us.
You bet. You bet.
And we'll be back with more Talk of the Town right after this.
Only 3 syllables, that's not too hard.
Welcome back to Talk of the Town. With me now, I've got Kevin Breitfelder. He's the owner over at Slice Deli. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
And I was excited to have you guys on the show because you're fairly new to the community. People may know the space you were previously in as the Arby's there,
Right.
and you moved into that home. And you guys are doing some really cool things. So tell me a little bit about your menu and what you guys offer.
Yeah, we have about 20 menu items, some classic deli type sandwiches and some other things that are a little more unusual to find. Not rare sandwich, but we have gyros, excellent sandwiches. Reuben's chicken salad sandwich. We have fish fillets, chicken fillets, smoked brisket, which is incredible, pulled pork. And then we have a build your own option where you can make literally 1,000 different combinations out of it.
So how does that menu work with the build your own?
Well, the build your own, so you would pick for under $5, you can pick a choice of meat, choice of bread, choice of cheese, freshly sliced vegetables, choice of sauces. So the meats, excellent choices there. We've got, of course, turkey, ham, beef. We also have pastrami, which the deli part, you kind of have to have that maybe.
Sure.
Salami. I'm sure I'm
Yum.
missing something here, but
Yum. Oh, this is making me hungry.
corned beef, yeah.
I love a good salami sandwich.
Yep.
That's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, Genoa salami, you can't argue with that. The breads, we have, of course, white, wheat, rye, but we also have pita bread. We have some wraps, tomato basil, spinach wraps. We have, I think I mentioned the pita bread
Yeah.
before. And of course, we have buns as well. The cheeses, of course, you can't forget cheese in Wisconsin. We've got
Absolutely not.
pepper jack cheese, Gouda cheese, provolone cheese, Swiss cheese, cheddar cheese, even a cheese aged cheddar cheese sauce. Freshly sliced vegetables and sauces that can juice it up any way you want.
Awesome. A lot of flexibility to really build whatever you're craving
Exactly,
at the time.
exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now you guys also have soups, right? What do you
We
guys
do.
have?
We do. So anywhere between 6 and 8 soups every day.
Wow.
Typically we'll have a great chili, chicken noodle, clam chowder, broccoli cheese, beef barley. Right now we have vegetable beef. We'll be adding chicken dumpling, chicken wild rice here probably in the next couple of days. And of course they do vary a little bit, but those main items that I mentioned are there. Nice hot soups for a cold winter day in Madison.
Oh, that's exactly what I was going to say. As I don't think there's anything better this time of year than to go get a warm cup of soup.
Add the sandwich with it, soup in the sandwich. Add a good drink to it. Maybe a hot drink, you never know.
Perfect. That sounds like a perfect meal
Yes.
to me. So tell me about some of your other sides, because you have some other things other than soups as well.
Yes, hot sides, of course, again, on that theme of a cold day, but they're good anytime. So mozzarella sticks, jalapeno
yeah.
poppers, baked potatoes. We have, of course, artisan chips, bags of chips, a nice easy thing that stays
Yeah.
fresh. Fries, curly fries. So
Yum.
you can get
Very
some
cool.
good options.
The mozzarella sticks jumps out to me because that's probably one of my favorite things, and you don't always see it on the menu.
No.
So that's super exciting if there are other mozzarella stick fans out there.
Yeah, some nice marinara sauce with it.
Oh, yum.
It's a good snack
Yum.
or a good side to your meal.
Absolutely. And now, do you guys offer catering as well if people have events coming up?
We do. We have some excellent options for games, basketball games. Obviously, the Big Ten season coming or in full force
Sure.
with the Badgers. You could do pulled pork in a by the pound. Serve it at your party. It's good for hours. We could do box lunches for businesses. So we have any options and to do that, and they're good flavored choices.
Now, what are your beverage options as well?
Okay, well that's something it's kind of unique in the restaurant business because we can actually sell Pepsi and Coke and Dr. Pepper products, whereas most of the chains that you see
Yeah.
have one brand. It's more of a national requirement. You sell this type, and as a local business, Madison Original Business, we decided not to sign on a exclusive contract forgo any marketing funds so that we can offer the customers exactly what they want.
So Coke and Pepsi fans, you can come together at Slice Deli.
Yes. And some bottled beverages as well,
Awesome.
non-carbs, et cetera. So,
Something for everybody. Again, Kevin Breitfelder, thanks for being with us with Slice Deli today.
thank you for having me. Very nice.
Where can people check you out?
601 South Gammon, right off the Beltline near West Town Mall, Woodman's, Walmart.
Perfect. A great location there. Thanks for being with us.
Thank
and
you.
thanks you to all of our guests, and thank you for watching today. You can find us next time only on Talk of the Town on Wisconsin's 57.